Good evening, Deborah, Janet, the lovely Emma Woods, the lovely Patricia Onslow Jones from the Treasury. Lovely shop. Say that every time I see Patricia, bless him. Craftaholic, Susan Middlebatch. Mary Addison said good evening on YouTube. So remember, you can be watching. So hello to people watching on Facebook and hello to people watching on YouTube as well. Hello to Elaine and Julie who are watching on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, say hello. I can now see the comments. Oh, craft along together with Hazel. I think that's our Hazel Brainbridge. Oh, and she's in Menorca. Very nice. Very, very nice. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, say hello. Christine Gormans said hello. Trying to stay awake on pain tablets to make you feel very tired. Sorry, Christine. Yeah, it's not the best, is it? Bless. So I think we're about done on that. Let's take that off. Let's put that one on. And there we go. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, cavers. Welcome to Craft Cave Live. I didn't put a post out, so I've got a feeling we might have a few less viewers together tonight. But it doesn't matter because we're here live in the Craft Cave. And I hope everyone is well tonight. I'm just checking the signal. We've updated, so we're hoping it works. And so far, a little bit of a delay, but the overhead's working. So who have we got? We've got Andrea watching and Maureen watching. And we've got quite a lot watching on YouTube as well. So thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Craft Cave. It is a little bit early. So I really ought to put out a sort of at and let people know. So I'll do that. Yay, it lets me do that one out. Oh, and our lovely Biggers is watching. Hello, Biggers. I need to talk to you, Biggers, because I want to see if you can do some lives in the group. And maybe you can stand in for me next week, because I won't be doing a Craft Cave Live next week. I'm taking a little bit of a week off. So I won't be about next Wednesday. So I'm hoping that people can. Nicola's watching. Hello, Nicola. What time is it in Australia? Oh, it must be... I bless you, because I think it's about 2 a.m. in Australia, as I remember. So, hopefully Facebook is working. Facebook seems to be playing up completely. Let's reset it. If your Facebook is messing up, don't worry. It's doing it to everybody, I think. Let's go onto the page, see if we can get it working. And it is, the signal's going out fine, but for some reason... Oh, our Rob said hello on YouTube. I don't know what's going on, honestly. Absolute nightmare. So I'm going to close that and try again. So if you're watching, keep watching. I will sort this out eventually at some point. Yeah, Facebook's playing us up again as per usual. Right, so Facebook is playing up again. I don't know why. Our signal is running absolutely fine here. Facebook seems to be an absolute nightmare. So if you can, switch over, if possible, to YouTube, if that's available to you. Because I can't get it to come up. But I have got YouTube up and running fine. So just a little bit of a delay. So who have we got on there? Alison, cannot see me on Facebook. Kirsty, no picture on Facebook. YouTube is working. Just bought these dies. Cannot wait for them to come. I love all your dies. Got loads of them from when you were on the best. Thank you, Pat. Anne's saying hello on YouTube. Deborah's saying hello on YouTube. So, I don't know what's going on with Facebook. Facebook seems to be playing an absolute nightmare at the moment. I think Facebook isn't liking the lives They're causing lots and lots of problems. So if you can switch over to YouTube, I'm hoping that I can get it to refresh, but it's nothing on our side. It's YouTube that's playing up. It doesn't seem to want a signal. So Catherine, I can see you saying Facebook's very intermittent. It isn't anything we're doing. I'm sorry. It isn't us this time. It was on Sunday, but it isn't us tonight. It is Facebook. It just doesn't like working with software for me for some reason. So I am going to carry on. If you can, switch over to YouTube. I'll try and do some investigating as to what's happening on Facebook, but we've got the latest software and everything, and our signal strength is running actually stronger than when we were actually running on the craft store, because we had to have it very strong for that. So I don't know what's going on, but Facebook is sort of playing up. And I just know it just doesn't seem to want to pick up. So Judy said she's gone onto YouTube. Jane says watching on YouTube. Jane Briggs Crafts watching on YouTube. Lots of people gone to YouTube. That's all I can suggest, guys. It's just not working properly on Facebook, and there's nothing we can do. It is Facebook being an absolute sort of prig. So I'm hoping, and I said prig, P-R-I-G, then if anyone's watching or anyone's listening. But remember, you can catch up on Facebook as well. Yeah, our numbers have gone up massively on Facebook. Irene's just found us. Carol Byers. Oh, hi, John and Crafty Cave Dwellers. Can't get on Facebook, so here on YouTube tonight. Yeah, I know a lot of my colleagues, a lot of people I speak to are moving over to YouTube. Because it just seems a lot stronger platform that's actually working. I don't understand why it's not doing on there. And yeah, I mean, the destination's absolutely fine. Yeah, and it's going out absolutely, yeah, no problems whatsoever. So I don't understand it. But it's working. Oh, Brenda's watching on YouTube. I didn't know you could do that, Brenda. Well done, you. So, good evening. Welcome to Craft Cave. Sorry it's a little bit messy tonight. If you're trying to watch on Facebook and you can hear, then thank you. But there is nothing we can do. If you are on Facebook, switch over to YouTube. So, what am I doing tonight? Well, if you've not watched us before, welcome to Craft Cave. This is the Craft Cave here live in Sheffield. So it is, and this is where I work, and I say this every time. I know I do. But it is where I work. It's where I've been working today, and I'm going to give you a sneaky peek a little bit later of where we're actually watching. So of the release that we're doing in the release that we were doing yeah, it just doesn't want to work on YouTube, on Facebook. Sorry, I'm trying again and again. So if you can switch over, yeah, we'll live. So I thought tonight I'd have a play with the dies that were released on Sunday, because I got so many more demos than I actually got out, and also because the overhead wasn't working. I couldn't show you the Robin properly. So, as per usual with Craft Cave, if you want to ask any questions or anything, you will have to ask now over on YouTube, because I can't even see the comments on Facebook. But just put question or Q in your comments, and I will see if I can answer them, because we're here to try and answer your question and help. Oh, Nicola Leesham. G'day, John. Moved to YouTube. Yay, our Nicola's joined us from Australia. What time is it, Nicola? I think from what you said, it would be about, I think you said it would be about 2 a.m. So I'm really sorry if it is. But if you didn't, have a look on Nicola's profile. She put a lovely picture of the veg and fruit, and it's so much cheaper than it is here, it seems, by the looks of things. So I'm going to have a play with these tonight. I will show you at the end a sneak peek of what we're launching on Sunday night, because it's chapter 2, part 2. That we're launching on Sunday night at 6 o'clock over on over on the Art of Craft. So hopefully that one will work a bit better. I'm not sure what exactly we can actually do, to be honest. But we'll just have to see. So I wonder if I did that. No. That might work, actually. No, it wouldn't. No, sorry. Brain's frizzing all over the place. So I thought we'd do a Robin, but any questions, please ask. Sarah Jane Kennedy, she's moved to YouTube. Facebook keeps freezing and dropping out. Yeah, we don't know what's going on. Deborah Smith, do I need a TV license to watch you live on YouTube? No, Deborah, you don't. I did actually look into this and discovered that it is not a fact. It's not a factor. It's live TV broadcasts, not individual lives done by people. So you don't need that at all. And Mike Joyce joined us. Howdy doodly do to me, Sam, and the Cavers. Nicola said, no, you don't. The same. Yeah. So it's working on here. Okay. This is what I mean. Facebook is the problem. I think a lot of it is now going to have to move to YouTube, primarily with Facebook being things. But I'll start putting the links out, and I'll do that for Sunday's show. And I would encourage everyone to start looking on, watching on YouTube now, because it looks like Facebook has kind of had its day. Anyway, wittering not and wittering on. I did think what I should do, because I didn't get to show you, I adore the Robin. And I know I'm supposed to say that. Michael Cooley, yes, we are live still. Yes, it's not pre-recorded, Michael. It's live. Deborah, thanks. I don't have a TV. Yeah, don't worry about it, Deborah. Yes, we're still live, Michael. We're still here. It's just Facebook just seems to want to play silly buggers with me. So what I didn't get to show you properly was how to make the Robin. And as I said, I love the Robin. I know I'm supposed to say that, but I really do. And I love the Robin in the circle. I just love the way he sort of sits in the circle. And it has given me an idea of something I want to try. So let's make up a Robin first. I've got behind me, and I should hasten to add, I've got behind me loads of demos all prepped, and all these pieces I've got out here. But what I'm actually thinking is, I want to do something completely different, which is what Craft Cave is about, to be honest. It really is about showing you ideas and trying things, and that's really what we want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch on. The first thing is I want to have an outside line on this in white. So the simplest thing to do is to just take our Robin on a scrap of card, and this really is a scrap of card, even though it's bigger than normal. And I'm going to put both dies together. So I'm going to tape the smaller die down, and I know I say this so often, but please use tape. It doesn't have to be ours, although you're daft if you buy the more expensive one that doesn't work as well. But use tape for your dies. It really does solve a whole host of problems. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut my Robin out first in white. And this is going to give me my first piece. So I'm just cutting him out. Right. Oh, make sure I've got it right. John is wearing blue and white striped t-shirt. Yeah. Hello. I'm wearing a blue and white striped tie-dye t-shirt. Yes. It's basically, people would think, Xena, hi late again on YouTube due to spooling on Facebook. Yeah, it's doing it to all of us, Xena. It's doing it to me as well. People don't get this. But blue is not just my favourite colour. It's not a colour for the brand. It's not a colour for the packaging. Blue is my colour. I've just bought a new jumper. I saw Johnny Vegas wearing a jumper that looked really nice, white with blue stripes across it. So I looked online until I found it. And I bought that one to try. Nearly everything I own has got blue in it somewhere and is striped. I've got a thing about blue and white stripes and things like that. So yeah, it's always, so these are my normal clothes. So yes, if you're watching tonight live, I am wearing blue and white. So I think everyone should tell me what they're wearing. No, don't never ask that question, John. That's a really weird one. Sorry. So what I've done is, this is what I love about the robin. Can you see, let's put them on black, how delicate those lines are? I know when I first started designing dies, that would not be allowed. That genuinely would not be allowed at all, because you can't have, you cannot have lines that close when I first started designing. Oh, Julie, blue is her favourite colour as well. Good. Blue's best. Love blue. So I'm really pleased that we've pushed the envelope so far. And I find it really hilarious because loads of people claim, oh, so-and-so made the dies better and pushed it. I spent so long really pushing our manufacturer that a lot use. So I know that that's what I know that I was partly responsible for doing that. So what I want to do is I'm going to paper piece him, and I'm going to paper piece him in different colours. So the next thing I need to do is to have a base for him. So I'm going to take a piece of our double-sided adhesive that I've stuck down to a piece of card, and I've just literally going to cut him out of a scrap of it. I don't want to waste any card at all. Deborah says, I love blue and white, so fresh looking. My wardrobe is full of blue and white. I'd love to be able to wear just white, but I'm not built for white. Oh, no, my crown's gone. I don't know what the crown is. Julie's got a crown. Oh, and Rob says, if you're watching the repeat, you are still wearing blue and white stripes. Yep, true. I should wear something different every week. I've got enough clothes. I'm terrible for it. So what I need to do this is obviously my outline, and I need my robin sticky. Yeah. Oh, people can put comments and likes on and stuff as well. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. I didn't know you could do that. Can I put a smiley face on? Oh, I can. I can put a wavy hand on. I'm going to put a wavy hand on. Yay. So what I need to do now is I need the individual bits. So this is where I'm just going to use the robin on his own. And I want him in darker brown, light brown and red. So let's pull that in. Has anyone... Oh, Robin's... Anne Mountjoy says, got my robin today. It's gorgeous. And Michael Cooley, have you escaped from jail? I wish. Do you know, it's really funny. Craft Cave, for anybody who's new to Craft Cave, you will find that I'm relatively at times inappropriate in here because this is like a private space. A friend of mine was seeing somebody and talking about sort of prison and things, was seeing somebody and had got this beautiful white bag. And at the time I worked in a designer menswear shop, or used to do, and it had got P&S on it. I said to this guy, I said, I love your Paul Smith bag. I said, that's beautiful. How much was that? And he literally laughed. He said, it doesn't stand for PS, it stands for prison service. And he'd just got out of prison. You know, take that as you will. But I still, to this day, giggle about that fact. That I thought he'd got a beautiful Paul Smith bag, and it wasn't. He got released from prison, and it was a prison bag. But, you know, each to their own. So I'm just taping this down in a light brown now, and I'm going to cut it as well. Nicola Leishman is looking. Or is that shock ties? I love this. Everybody's got a chance to do. Yeah, everyone can sort of put more comments and things on YouTube. It's probably, we might be better being on here. So I'm then going to take out again the same pieces. I'm not going to be too careful. But I know I've used two shades. And I've used two shades that are relatively close to each other. But that will work better for this. It genuinely will. Beverly's just said good evening. Rob has given us laughing faces. I mean, I'm really enjoying this. Seeing the comments. So, yeah, sorry, guys. If you're trying to watch on Facebook, if you're still trying it, it's still not working properly. And it's got to be Facebook because YouTube is working perfectly. But yeah, it's just not connecting. Susan says she's watching on YouTube. So let's get those little feet out again. Let's get every piece out. So I've cut them in 2 browns, but I'm going to cut it in a 3rd brown. So, because I can. So I'm going to go for a bit of chocolate again, out of the scrap box, nice and simple. Has anyone got any questions tonight? We've just had Judy, who's put her arm up as a penguin. Did you have a question, Judy? Anne's looking forward to receiving a robin. All of the robins that were ordered on launch, all of the dies that were ordered on launch were shipped out. I think they were all packed by yesterday midday. So they're all on the way to you. If you've ordered since then, it might be a little bit later, but all of them have been picked and packed and sent. So all I'm going to do is, I've got far too many pieces here, I know, but it allows me to play with colour, and it's not time consuming. I know it's one of things. Trudy said it's been freezing on Facebook coming over. Yep, Trudy, we found out, but there's just nothing I can do. It's Facebook, it's not us. A blue and white penguin. Judy, get it. Love that. Question, how many more new items released before Christmas? Oh, Michael, I've no idea. I've no idea. We've got, there's 4, but they're not expensive ones. There's 4, so there's like a full collection launching on Sunday, and then week after that there's 3 little ones which are really small, and then I don't know. Jackie was going to ask a question, but it was too long to get in here. Jackie, ask your question, it's fine. Deborah Smith, fantastic. I've booked annual leave for Friday to have a crafting day. Jude, Beverly got hers today. Merle, such Art of Craft is such a good team, they really are. Can't find a robin emoji. Will a dodo do? Oh, I love that, Anne. That's perfect. So the last piece I'm going to need is obviously his red breast, because I'm doing a robin. And I will eventually, as our Nicola suggested, I'm going to do him as a bluebird as well. I'm going to do him as different colours, because I think there's so much more you could get out of that. Mandy, right, question. How much are the dies, please? Are there any sets? Missed the start. Right, Mandy, the dies are all available on the Art of Craft. There were only 2 new dies this week. You would need to go over and have a look on the Art of Craft, because I don't know pricing and stuff. With Craft Cave, we don't do like an active sell, if that makes sense. So I don't give links and things like that. I might be able to actually pop up the link. Bear with me. I shouldn't do this, because I don't normally. So that's the bundle that the robin die is in. I nearly got that wrong then, Rob. I think you're trying to say John is a leg end, which is a legend. I hope that's what you're trying to say. But yeah, you can get everything from the Art of Craft. And the website's up on the screen. I don't normally put it on there. Marilyn, hi John, it's great to be able to comment as I don't do Facebook, hoping my robin will arrive tomorrow. Depending on when you ordered him, he should do. I don't know. But hopefully you should be, they should do. I know they've all gone out the door. They all went out the door by lunchtime yesterday, so we'll see. No robin, but a bluebirding said. Emma Wood's got hers today. Yay, well done, our Emma. So what I'm going to do is just take some of these pieces, and now I know I've shown you about colouring. Can you get it on its own? Yes, Kirsty, you can get the robin die on its own. I shouldn't be putting these up because I don't normally do that. But the robin comes in, obviously the robin comes in the whole frame and the whole die set. So, I mean, basically, you're getting a whole set. But what I was saying to people is, it's only the sentiment that comes with it only adds another £4 on, so it might be good value to do it that way. I'm going to take that graphic off because that's not what we're here for on the thing. Marilyn ordered at launch. Janice is now connected on YouTube. Yay, I think YouTube might be where we're primarily going for now, because it's just not working well on Facebook. It's just not taking it. Michael Cooley, they will be flying our way soon. Cool, they will be, Michael. So what I'm going to do is, it looks like an ornithological book there, doesn't it, with all the bits? So I'm just going to pop on And this is the easiest way to do this, and it will paper piece absolutely beautifully. And I know I'm supposed to say that, but it will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make his chest, that bit, which originally I thought should that be red, but it shouldn't. It's that breast bit that needs to be red, in this lighter brown. I'll piece him in. And then I'm going to put that little bit of his wing there in the chocolatey colour. And it's genuinely so easy to do. So we've got a little bit of difference in him. Can you see there? And then I'm going to put his sort of tail feathers in the mid colour. So I'm actually mixing in the two colours. You could get away with just one brown and the chocolate. So those two are actually different shades, but you probably won't notice it as much. I'm going to put his legs in that darker brown as well again, because I think that will fit better. So easy to do. I mean, I'm not a paper piece person. People who watch me know that. Janice ordered on Sunday. She should hopefully get hers soon. Everyone needs a sticky robin, says Aran. Oh, Alison really liked the frame, but unfortunately I don't like birds, so missed out on the frame. Yeah, I know that it's funny. Sam and I were talking earlier about different things selling in different areas. We used to do, when I was at Next many, many years ago in interiors, one of the best-selling ranges we did was called Mexicana. And it was one of the best-selling ranges everywhere in the country, apart from for us here in Sheffield. And I asked, and then somebody told me that apparently up here in South Yorkshire, having birds in the house is very bad luck. Don't know why. So I actually went back to the area manager and actually said, well, why is this not selling when it sells everywhere else? And it was it had got beautiful birds on it. And I said, I believe it's because people are very superstitious about having birds in the house. And apparently it was. Julie Templeton, just realised I haven't sorted out any tea. Bowl of cereal for me then. Yeah, I think bowl of cereal's not a good idea for me. But I think I'll end up with a sandwich. I think we've not sorted anything out either. So, yeah, my dinner will probably be just a sandwich or something. Or a bit of toast. That's always useful. So, let's find... I always do this and lose his beak. So, I always lose his beak. Rob says beans on toast for Julie. Yeah, Julie, have some beans on toast. You can't go wrong with beans on toast, apparently. So, have you got another colour underneath you? My eyesight, no, is not good enough. So, all I'm going to do is, I want his little beak, and I want it in the brown. So, I'm just going to use a little scrap, literally. Just remember, you can do that really easily. Crunchy nut cornflakes. Oh, they're the only ones I like. I'm not allowed, I can't have them at the minute because I'm not doing well on milk. So... but yeah, I love crunchy nut cornflakes. I went through a stage of having those for breakfast every day for about 3 weeks. So all I'm going to do, sometimes it's easier to do this. If you've got a small piece, drop the whole die on and push your small piece out. That's a lot easier than losing it or getting it in the wrong place. But there is our robin. And I think he's just genuinely, you know, absolutely fab. Now, obviously, I was thinking, oh, I can get him to flip and twist and stuff. But I can't, because you can't put another one on the back. But I want to show you a little trick that we can do. So, although die cuts work this way, where are you? Oh. Well, fair enough. Didn't have him. So, there we go. Oh, someone had egg and chips. That was my dad's favourite. So what I'm going to do is I want to put something on the back because I want to make him flip. So we're going to take down, I'm just going to cut myself a solid robin the normal way. So I'm die cutting him the normal way. Deborah Smith. Oh, Deborah. Oh, no message. What was that, Deborah? You put a nice message about an quick and easy dinner. And obviously I missed it. So what I'm going to do is, we always go with die cuts. We know there's a right way. But there's nothing wrong with doing it the other way. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to add a little bit of spray glue on the front. And then I'm going to put him on the back. And I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to make a very, very simple one, which is why I've gone for brown. Jane Harvey's having Jane Plan meatballs with cauliflower rice. I love cauliflower rice. I know, that's really good. Ooh, and Anna's made pappardelle ragu from scratch. Ooh, very nice. I haven't made a ragu in a long time. So what I'm going to do is cut myself now a nice outside rim in black. So again, onto a scrap of black. And I'm just going to cut that through. Julie, my own fault, if I eat too late, my stomach plays up. Yeah, me the same. Oh, actually, no, that's not the case, to be fair. We do tend to eat very late. But as in like 8 o'clock, 7:30, we do tend to eat. So, but recently I've been going to bed at 9:30 at night. So that is getting too late. So again, I've cut out my rim. Yeah. But I'm again going to reverse it. So what I'm doing is I'm gluing on the front. And it's something I learned from our Paola. She said, you know, we love that. Julie, try cauliflower rice. It's really nice. Very, very healthy, no carb. But our Paola said, look, even if you use the back, it's still as attractive. Yes, it's got more of a domed edge, but it still works. So I'm doing exactly the same thing. So obviously I need a red breast for him. So I'm going to take my piece. And I'm going to cut myself, and all I want is a red breast, so I can go over the little piece. It's fine. Whoa, where has the time gone tonight? Oh, Deborah's put, oh, sorry, there was a typo. Quick pasta dish. Any pasta, boil till soft, drain, leave a little water, add milk, cheese, herbs, garlic, and any ham or chicken. What a nice idea. Rob, Mum's making carrot and coriander soup. And she had shed loads of carrots. Oh, I love carrot and coriander soup. So let's send some up my way. So again, I'm going to reverse it. Just use a little bit of glue glaze. So this is working on the reverse. So you can have your robin going the other way. It just perhaps doesn't look as crisp, but it works. I mean, I really, to be honest, let's go forward on this. Look, so that's the back of our robin. So can you see it's not as turned, but the front of our robin. But again, we could easily get the words right. You could make your robin go the other way. I think it would work. So don't worry too much. So what I'm going to do is, what I did with him is I popped in a dark brown eye because there's no black on this, so it wouldn't make a difference. It would look dark enough, and put my little white spot on to make him look as if he's alive. And then I'm going to rotate round, and I don't want to mess about cutting out a black eye again. I've cut enough pieces. So I'm going to just colour in the eye with a micron pen. You could use a Sharpie, but I'm just going to colour the eye in with a micron pen. And then again, give him a nice little white dot, because it does make them look, they do look far more alive with a little white dot in it. I'm just going to whiten up the dot in the other one on the other side, but it just works so well. So you can make him double-sided or make him go in the other direction, which I just think is, you know, really, it's genuinely really, really fab. Now, what I'm going to do next is I've already cut this piece. So I've already cut my outside line, and you'll notice he fits in the circle. Yeah, okay. So what I want to do now is to take a piece, and I have to find this, because literally, guys, this is not the demo I intended. This genuinely is not the demo intended. They're behind me. This is something I thought of while we were playing. And now, of course, I won't find it. So I was looking for my clear fishing wire, which I haven't got. So let's grab a bit of silver thread instead. Okay. So, Kate, I'm down south, John. I could send you some carrot coriander soup. I would, Rob's mum. Oh, bless. Thank you, Kate. You can send me the recipe. I love a recipe. So what I should have done before I did this, before I glued it, was I should do this, which is basically, I'm going to turn this onto its front, okay? I'm going to put the robin where I want him. I'm going to run a piece of thread down the middle, just like that. Now remember, I've got some glue on there, but probably not enough. So I'm going to take a little bit of ticky tape and stick that on. Then I'm going to mount my robin on the reverse. Okay. So now I've got effectively a hanging robin. Yeah. So what I want to do now is I need to cut another panel to cover this off. Now, one of the best ways to do this is I'm going to use the die and the outside line. It will be a bit smaller. Actually, it will be too small, so we'll not use that. So what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, it is an absolute nightmare getting card to line up with the hole, because no matter how hard you try, I'm not going to get that in exactly the same place. So don't try too hard. All I'm going to do is try and get him nice and even. So try and look for a nice even all the way around and tape him down. So what else have we got coming on the comments? Sorry, this is fab. Rob, I don't feed Christmas puds as I've made them with moccasins. Oh, lovely. We'll send you the recipe. Thank you, Kate. Yeah, I love recipe. You know I love cooking, and I love getting hold of other people's recipes. Now, it helps if you actually tape your die down the right way. I'm getting completely thrown out with Facebook throwing us for such a curveball. So let's just tape this, and we're going to cut this one, and obviously we can use this one up. Yeah, and if anyone was watching last week and remembers all the discussion we had about fruit cake with crushed pineapple in, I'd love the recipe for that if anyone's got that one. Because I don't want to ask poor Joy to make me one. We'd be very rude. Oh, hello. I haven't messaged you since last Christmas to wish you a Merry Christmas. But can you send me your Christmas cake recipe? Is a bit rude, really. So there we go. I need to take the circle from the middle and cut the middle out. Rob, oh, I've never heard of putting alcohol in the mix. Sounds good. Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not good. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not good with Christmas cake and bake and fruit cakes. Because say, apart from the one with pineapple in, I've never really liked it. So, sorry. But again, if you're new joining us, Craft Cave, or you've just stumbled over us here on YouTube or possibly Facebook if it ever starts working again, I do witter an awful lot. I am very sorry. But we do in Craft Cave. We don't do it normally, but Craft Cave is a safe space for us all to witter and chat. So what I'm going to do is lay down my robin, get him even so that I know he's going to flip, and sellotape down. Now remember guys, I've come up with this since we started doing this live. Oh, Kirsty has one with pineapple. I'll send it to you. Thank you, Kirsty. So look, probably wants to be a little bit, but at least he's still flipping. So probably wants to be a little bit more over. But he'll do. You'll get him right. So, but then if he flips that, if he's there, he's not going to flip there, no. So I'm going to go with that as it stands, because that's about as close as I can get it. So once I'm happy that I've taped that wine off, the thread off, or the twine off, it's going to move. So what you want to do is to bring it back and tape it down again. Yeah? And then trim it off. If you leave it loose, it'll just fall out, honestly. Oh, we've got on to putting sixpences in now. Now, actually, I've broken a tradition here. We needed to order, we normally order a turkey or whatever, because I forget, to pick up Christmas Eve. And this year we've decided we're not having a turkey, we're having beef. I know, tradition broken, but there we go. Anne says we need to put a recipe book together. I think that's a fab idea. I've got some brilliant bits in mind. I've got my own recipe book that I made, and I'm transferring them into one of our brilliant scrapbooks that we do. And I've got a brilliant one that I made, that I put together with recipes that I collected from my years in working in it from different people. So I think we should put a recipe book together. I think that's a brilliant idea. So there we go. So look, there is now, and I just need to trim down where there's an extra bit holding. Extra bit coming out. But there we've got our robin who is floating and will flip. So yeah, I've not got him exactly in the middle. And so he's not exactly completely flipping round as he should. But I wanted to give you the idea of that, of having a sort of hanging robin. Let's just hold him up. Can you see there? So we've got our robin floating. So what I'm going to do is to put him onto a card. The best way to do it, and have I gone back overhead? No, I've just allowed you to just see me all wandering around everywhere. And so here we go. So I'm just going to make a card, and I'm going to go relatively big. Let's go 7 by 7. And I'm going to take the frame, and I've got the frame already done. I've got the frame done with the stitch detail, which I love. See, that's just the right size to me. That's just the right size. So I want to put it all on roughly, so it's nice and even. And then you want to take a pencil. And what I want to do is just mark that circle. I'm going to cut it out so it doesn't actually matter. There we go. So mark the circle, and then I'm going to take the larger square, and I'm going to put that evenly so it covers over where I've made those marks. Yeah. How would you make that into a card? That's what I'm showing you now. Shirley, was it Shirley? No, Sam. Sorry, Sam Ankerson. So what I do is I've made a 7 by 7 card blank. I've marked the circle where it needs to flip. I've stuck it down, and I'm now going to open the card and just cut it. So obviously I'm doing this through my A4 die cutting machine. So it's an easy way to show you how to put it onto a card. And remember, guys, I've made this up. The Caver's Cookbook. Oh, I love that, Zena. All we need is a publisher and we're on. I'll do the photography and the food sampling. Well, we'd have to have a lot of allergy sections in there, wouldn't we? Like, I could put all my gluten-free recipes I've invented with our Sammy. So, I've got that, yeah? What I want to do now is to put that on and tape that on. But the best way to check it is I want it to look nice on the inside. So, look. What I need to do is to put glue. And you don't normally do it this way. You normally glue your piece down. But I'm running a line of glue down around the square. I can then hover over and press that down so it's just as nice on the inside as the outside. Yeah? So there we go. So for a start, and then I can put my frame on. So I'm going to add a bit of foam tape on. And I put the stitches on this as well. Because that will hide all the gubbins. So there we go. Just like that. And what we want to do is we want to make it look neat. And I think when we put a frame on, John, have you ever been approached to do a craft book? No, I haven't, Rob, to be honest. The sort of crafting that we do is not something that the publishers even take any notice of. If you notice what our Sarah does in her craft books, it's all very much take a toilet roll tube and do that. It's for the mass market. So I think, you know, we wouldn't sell enough. You know, I'd love to do, you know, die cutting basics and tricks and tips book because I think it'd be helpful. But it's not there. So that's why there's now, I think there's now nearly 800 videos on YouTube. And I think there's nearly 800 videos on YouTube. Because that's what I've tried to do with doing it on YouTube. So, yeah, you know, if anyone wants to take things from that and publish a book, they are more than welcome. So what I want to do is, there we go, look. There is our twirling robin. And he works because we're seeing both sides. But obviously, I want to put something on the back because the plain white card is never the most attractive. And this is something I've been doing recently. And I've got a piece here already done, to be honest. But I'm just using the vellum. And the Art of Craft have finally got vellum in stock. So I don't have to keep going everywhere. So, Kirsty, the frame die. The frame die, there won't be new inserts for that frame die, Kirsty, because it's so fine. But there might be next Christmas, but there are new Christmas inserts coming for some of the notched frames. So those will be out in a couple of weeks' time. I think they'll be out sort of mid-October time. But look how beautiful, sorry, is me thinking of, look how beautiful the vellum is. Just embossed with a 3D. It works so well. So I'm just going to open my card. And obviously that needs to go on the back. I don't want the glue to show. And if I use normal glue, it will show. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue glaze. Because glue glaze is a dry glue. So it's perfect for gluing down your vellum and your parchment pieces without making or leaving marks. You've just got to be a little bit quick. There we go. But it doesn't leave marks and things like that. And really, when you've got that on, you don't, or you've done white work, you don't want to show. Look, can you see? Not a single glue mark, no blup or anything. But then look, the rubbing is floating against snowflakes, but so delicate because they've been done in I love that. Sorry guys, I really like that. I mean, I've got some here because this is another option. I've got some here already cut of the slimline bows. Zena, I feed my Christmas cakes with rum. Soak fruit for at least a week in rum. Mother-in-law loves it, but hates alcohol. Do you know, it's really funny. My nan, which is what we call grans up here. My nan is, well, I mean, she passed now, bless her. She'd be well over about 105, 110. But she was born in the 20s. And she was a lifelong Methodist. So she didn't drink, except for on a Sunday after church. They would come straight out of the church and go straight into the pub. And on a Christmas cake. So she wouldn't drink, but she would literally just drink on Sundays and at Christmas. Have you any new embossing folders coming out? Not at the moment, Deborah, no. The order quantity to get the price right is just too high at the moment, so we've not got any planned at the minute, because we obviously released an awful lot at the end of last year, all in one big chunk. Yeah, so not at the moment. So you can see that I can balance him out with another little robin. Look how much smaller he looks in white than black. Exactly the same size. Or just go for that as a frame piece. I love that because I've got another bit here I wanted to show you with the same sort of idea, where what I've done is I've taken a piece, just a small card, literally like 5x7, matted and layered it. Yeah, the robin would look lovely in vellum. It would Sandra. And Mountjoy signed the pledge when she was 5. I think I probably did, because I went to Methodist Sunday school of my own choice, I hasten to add. I was never forced. My parents are not religious at all. So, but all I'm going to do is just go over that little embossed vellum. I'm just going to trim out the excess. And this is using the Hawthorne 3D embossing folder, because I love that, because you can cut that circle out in the middle. And you don't have to do it square just because you can. Deborah, what GSM is the vellum you're using, please? It comes from the Art of Craft, so I don't think they've listed it on there. Oh, it's 100. It's 100 GSM, that's all it is. But that's all you need. It's absolutely perfect. So oh, thank you, Joan. That's really kind of you. I genuinely appreciate all the kind words. So let's just do this one off. There we go. So yeah, sorry guys if you're watching it on Facebook, and I don't think it's come back on there, but we've at least managed to motor on with yeah, it's just not coming through. It's a nightmare, Facebook. But at least we've been able to motor through with YouTube. I'll let you know on Sunday. I'll send everyone for Sunday's launch the link. And Mountjoy, I didn't last long. I was in the pubs early. I don't know about where you are, but we used to get away with it up here up north. I can remember going and ordering a pint when I was about 15 in one of the pubs in the village, and I was and was served. And And basically it was a case of, well, we know you, they never said it, but we got the feeling, we know who your dads are. As long as you only have a couple of pints and go home and don't cause any trouble, you're fine. I think all of that's gone now. Our Sammy had to wait till he was 18. Whereas at 16, we were out clubbing. But then, you know, it was a different time. I'm not condoning or condemning any of it. So let's just, there we go. I always like to try and fit you a couple of demos in. And since that one was completely made up, I can speed through this one, can't I? There we go. So, as I said, I'm back on Sunday with a brand new launch. And this has got a new foliage and a new leaf. And I know I say that, but it's so nice. Chris makes the pineapple Christmas cake every year. It's the only one I like because I'm not a heavy fruit cake person, but I don't know why it just really works for me. But my friend Joy made it and it's beautiful. And Mount Joy, I hardly drink now, high days and holidays. I'm exactly the same as well, Anne. I haven't had a drink since Christmas and probably won't have one till my birthday. But then all I'm going to do is just put the robin on in black. And that's why I've put some black on him. But look how graphic he is. Yeah? Exactly the same. Susan, yay, I've managed to sort chat out on YouTube. Brilliant. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. I will put the YouTube link onto Facebook for people to be able to watch that missed out on Facebook. But I don't know why it's still timing through. I'll try and look it up. But there are 2 projects for tonight. So we have our beautiful swinging robin. And we have our stable robin. But at least I was able to show you how to do the robin. Julie, there were the days in the pubs and nightclubs at 16. Remember going for my 21st and felt old. I remember going into the nightclub I've been going into for 2 years on my 18th birthday. And it was the first time that they ever ID'd me. And the bouncer looked at my ID and he went, "You're 18 today?" I went, "Yeah." He went, "I've been letting you in here for at least a year, if not 2. I went, "Yeah." He went, "Well, you've done all right then, in you go." And I was very lucky. That's the first time I was ID'd was on my 18th birthday. But they didn't do it back then. We know that one. So I hope you loved those cards. I am back, as I said. And videos will start going out from tomorrow. I filmed 6 this time because there's a beautiful new flower, new foliage. Oh, not foliage, it's shooting stars. A brand new frame with a gorgeous star wreath in there and a new sentiment as well, all launching on Sunday. It's not a ridiculous price either, but it will be launching 6 o'clock live on the Art of Craft Facebook and my YouTube. And I would suggest you watch on YouTube going on tonight. But again, we'll do some Googling to see what the heck is going on. But I'm just going to give you a few sneak peeks of the video cards. They'll start going out from sort of 8 o'clock. Is it Thursday? Yeah. Start putting them out from about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we'll go at 8 and 6 every time. Yeah. But look, love that. So that's the new frame and the new slimline poinsettia and the new stars. Here's another one with the frame. I've gone mad with the frame. I love this. Look at that wreath of stars. Love these. Sorry. Oops. Look. Yay! Lights will be back in stock as well for Sunday. But yeah, mixture of those. Beautiful. Love the sentiments. Absolutely love the sentiment. This bold wishes. So we've got that scripted Christmas and then that solid wishes. Here it is again on another one. Sorry, I've got too many of these to show you. Janice Lowther. Brilliant cards, John. Thank you. I was in the pub at 16 after youth club and first alcoholic drink was a baby sham. Oh, I think mine was lager, something I don't even drink now. So again, another one, that beautiful star wreath. Love that. So these are all launching. And the crystal snow will be back for Sunday. Yay. I'm so excited. Look at this pink one with it. I mean, nothing glitters like it. We haven't had it in stock for 2 years. We didn't have it last Christmas. but we have managed to flying it back in for you because everyone's been asking about it. So that crystal snow is back as well on Sunday night. So that's Sunday night at 6 o'clock here. But also next Wednesday, so I will be on Sunday, and then I won't be back live or particularly on Facebook until a week on Sunday. So I'm taking next Wednesday off, just a little bit of rest. So I won't be here next Wednesday for Craft Cave. I'll see if a couple of friends might fill in and do a little bit of something for us. But we will. I won't be here next Wednesday, but I will be back on Sunday, and I'll give you more details on Sunday night of what we're doing and about the new launch. And of course, the Robin, if you missed out, will be on there and everything else. Kirsty, love the pink card. Yeah, the pink card I absolutely adore. And again, that's all going. Each one of the ones I've shown you are video cards. So there are instructions, and there will be written instructions by our wonderful Junie to match all of them as well coming out afterwards. So they will start at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. So 8 o'clock and 6 o'clock, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. And then I might do something extra on Sunday. We'll see. I'll do something extra for Sunday. But thanks for joining me. I'm really sorry if you joined me on Facebook and you've had to move over to YouTube. I am going to suggest now, which Sam will shout at me for, because he likes Facebook, to join me if you can on YouTube from now on, because it looks like that's a lot more stable platform. But we'll try and work out what's going on with Facebook and why it doesn't seem to want to show the video when it works perfectly. But thanks, guys. Take care. Thanks for joining me. And I will see you all, hopefully, right back here at 6 o'clock on Sunday night.